James Stewart was sentenced today to 20 years behind bars for that crime. While his kids talked about the abuse, his lawyer claimed it was fundraising. News 13 Stephanie Chavez is live in front of District Court with this story.
Kim, James Stewart was convicted of 3 counts of human trafficking back in October. Today, the judge heard emotional statements from his kids and rejected the interesting claims from his defense.
I wouldn't go to school, and I was placed in dangerous situations. When I lived with my dad, James P. Stewart, I missed a lot of school because I had to panhandle.
That is what James Stewart's kids wrote in their victim statements to Judge Cindy Leos.
I felt so much hurt, emotionally and physically. My dad would punch or spank me if I messed up panhandling.
This morning in court, their former teacher asked Judge Leos to give Stewart the maximum 45 years, recounting all of the days she and her colleagues spent worrying about the kids.
Calls to CYFD began. Talked about her dad making her sleep on top of him and how he touched her.
Saying her life has never been the same.
I cannot drive by the bowling alley in the North Valley without knowing that spent some dark nights there.
The state also asking the judge for the stiffest sentence.
What we do know is that instead of keeping his children safe, that the defendant wanted to use his children for personal gain.
Stewart, visibly bothered by what the state was implying, at times rolling his eyes. But the defense claimed the state had blown the panhandling claims out of proportion, comparing what Stewart forced his kids to do to fundraising.
So am I human trafficking? Because my son sells chocolates for baseball.
But Judge Leo said testimony in the October trial made it clear that this case was based on much more than panhandling.
What they testified to was extreme exhaustion, that the children were falling asleep at school. They couldn't focus, they were hungry, they were filthy, not just dirty because they didn't have access to a shower, but like I said, they were outliers.
Sentencing Stewart to 20 years behind bars. Now, because it's not considered a serious violent offense, Stewart could get out after serving 50% of his sentence with good time. The children's mother, Terry Sanchez, is also facing charges, but she's currently being evaluated to see if she's competent to stand trial. Kim, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Stephanie. Now, Stewart still has 3 other cases pending against him for allegedly raping his daughter and son and allegedly prostituting his daughter for drug money. If convicted in those cases, he faces more than 200 years in prison.